What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on with you, young Dre?
Man, already, man, some more of it, not enough of it. Trying to get
Man,
to it like I used to do, man. You did?
just a little bit of it, man. For y'all that don't
Absolutely.
know, I'm MD Rooster. This is Young Dre. We come
What's
up out of
happening?
that Northern California. You know what I mean? All over it. I was born in Oakland. I lived all through Oakland in the Bay. He come up out of Richmond. He all through the Bay, Oakland, Frisco, whatever you could say. You know what I mean? We stomped the streets of Sacramento. You know what I mean? And did our thing out there. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of individuals that know who we are and that's gonna know who we are. And right now, man, bro, just touching down from let them know, man, let them know, man, and let them know where you just touching down from, and then we're gonna go into the interview.
I did a little joke, you know what I'm saying? The Federal Prison Bureau, man. You know, they finna free the beast, man. You know what I'm saying? Out the feds, man. I'm currently in a halfway house in San Francisco. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't got much more time left. You dig?
Okay. Man, if you mind me not asking, how'd you end up in the situation you in right now?
Well, you know, it was an unfortunate situation. I had some things in my possession allegedly that I wasn't supposed to have in my possession. You dig what I'm saying? And I had a few ties with certain people in the streets, and after getting up out the game, man, and trying to free myself from the chains of bondage, man, you know, I started doing the right thing, and you know how things catch up with you later on down the road when you're in a good state. You know what I mean? And they tied me in a group of people, and they came to my joint and found a pistol in the house. You know what I mean? And I had to ride it out, man, from there. You dig what I'm saying?
Straight up. I know this. The question I'm about to ask next, I know, because I've been knowing you since I was a baby. You know what I mean? Uh,
Talk to me.
was that your first joke, or have you been doing time for a long time? Have you, you know, what's the story on that? Like, how many times have you been to prison, YA, juvenile hall, things like that, of that nature?
Well, you know, I started committing crimes, man, at the age of 11. You know what I'm saying? And I went from going to the juvenile halls to the boys' ranches. For those who
Okay.
don't know what boys' ranches are, they facilities where they hold juveniles before they go to YA or go to the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
I
Yes,
did some
sir.
time in the boys' ranch. I did, and from there I went to the California Youth Authority 2 different occasions, and then from there I went to CDC, which is the California Department of Corrections, probably about 4 or 5 times. And you know, now I'm in the feds, man. You know how I go.
Yeah. Um, from my understanding, uh, you and some other reputable older homies, big brothers, I call y'all, had caught like something along the lines of a kingpin charge before.
Yeah, I believe that was around the year 90, probably somewhere around 94 to 96. I
Okay.
got caught up in this in investigation where the feds and task force and Sacramento PD was you know, they have been watching a group of people that I
Okay.
associate myself with, and
Okay.
they ran down on us. You know, found a bunch of work, man, some cocaine, and you know what I mean, some other things that they wasn't supposed to find, but they stumbled across a bunch of stuff, and we all end up doing some time behind that. That was one of my prison jokes. You know what I mean?
And from my understanding, at the time, this was years ago. We could talk about this stuff. People, the stats is up on it. They did their time for it, everything. But at the time, from my understanding, the word on the streets was that the feds and the police didn't even have nothing on you. They just arrested you because you kind of like fell into the net, and they didn't know. Like when they figured you out, they was like, "Oh shit, there go the man right there!" Boom, and just grabbed you up. Like you never even really had nothing to do with what they had going on at the time, like that. and you
Oh
just
yeah,
took you just kind of took your hit because you was making sure Big Bruh and them got less time than what they did, and that's why you took your deal.
absolutely. Well, on that particular occasion,
Real nigga
you know,
shit, real nigga shit.
I had a way out of the situation because they didn't have enough evidence to prosecute me if I'd have went to trial. But they got a thing in the state of California. It's called a joint venture where you can't separate your ties from somebody if they got uh, things to tie you together,
Yes,
such as
sir.
a storage with my name and another person's name on it, or a home with your name and some other person's name on it. Anything that'll tie you to these people is going to be hard to get what you call a severance in the court proceedings. That's what you would ask for is a severance. So I didn't get granted a motion to sever my case, which allowed them to keep us joined together. So, with that being said, I had to settle out in order for my people not to get their heads kicked off and get more time than what they did. So, I took a deal, man. You know.
Yeah. Uh, man, let them know, man. Let them know. How many years do you got in this shit? Literally, man. Strong holding, just 10 toes down, man. Getting money, just living life, living good, ride nice cars, living in nice cribs. Uh, just being the big meat of the West Coast, man. Uh, how many years you think, man, you got in this?
Well, essentially, I started at a young age, probably about the age of 11. So, I would say approximately 42 years in the game. You know what I'm saying? But if we speaking on how long have I been in the game and been a prominent figure of the game, I would say it probably about close to 30 years, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been really getting it in for about 30 long straight years after I graduated juvenile hall in California Youth Authority.
Hey, it's
From
longer than
there,
that. It's longer than that because I'm your little nigga and I got 30, 34 years.
well,
So,
see, I'm speaking on the fact that how long it's been since I've been up like a
oh,
prominent figure in
okay,
society.
okay, okay,
Because
okay. My
before
bad, my
then,
bad, my bad.
right. Because you got to think before then, I was establishing a name for myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from Richmond, California, and moving to Sacramento at a very, very young age. And at this time, Sacramento wasn't the Sacramento it is today. You dig what I'm
No,
saying?
no, 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 it
So,
wasn't.
so, so, and these days, crack cocaine had just surfaced, probably like 82, 81, 82, 83. And me being a person from the Bay Area, moving to Sacramento, and not just Sacramento, but the area of Sacramento wasn't popping like that. It wasn't a high populated crime area. I moved to Rancho Cordova. So, and it wasn't too many gangs around at this current time. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes,
You
sir.
only had two main areas, and that was like Oak Park and Del Paso Heights. You know, you had other few areas like Meadowview, and you had 29th Street, 24th Street. You had the Flats, and you had Creek, and other places like Valley High. But you know, these places was very small in population when it come to gang banging and come to gangs. So Rancho Cordova was real small when it came to dealing with the gang issue. And when I got there, you know what I'm saying, we created a situation out there, me and a couple of my comrades, man, you know what I mean? And we
Mm-hmm.
went from there, you know what I mean?
Okay, okay. For those that don't know, man, let's set the record straight right now. Cause it's a prominent gang out there in Sacramento, y'all. It's called Esa Paru. The east side of Sacramento, Rancho Cordova, clear from 65th to Kirby out to Folsom, because we got the Northaniels out there in Folsom. Uh, that say they from the east. Uh, we want to know. So everybody will know. I know, but to a lot of the youngsters, they don't know. They need to know their history so they know what they doing. You know, at least if they gonna do it, at least do it right and know what you're doing it and doing it for and all of that. Maybe you could change the way of it and build something better for their families or something like that, across them lines, along them lines. Um, where did Esa Paru initially start?
Well, when I moved to Rancho Cordova, there wasn't an East Side Paru. When I moved to Rancho Cordova, they had little pockets of the area, like you said, between Watt and Folsom. And those pockets was like Lincoln Village, White Rock. You know, you had an area called Rosemont, Norquay Circle, and you had an area called Countryside. You
Mm-hmm.
had West La Loma, and you had Baloma Road. So
Okay.
you had a couple little pockets in Rancho, but those pockets didn't have too many brothers around there, you know, at my age that was hanging out like I was. So the main areas was more or less so White Rock and Lincoln Village.
Okay.
And the village is really considered Sacramento. Get what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah,
on the east side.
initially it was, yes, sir.
Yeah. But it's on the east side of Sacramento. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was the guys that was from Lincoln Village and those guys that was from White Rock and the guys from Countryside, you know, they came together with a couple of other individuals who was from Depot Park, like, you know, 55th and 44th, 47th, you know what I'm saying? Some of my Conrads, MD, you know what I mean? My other Conrad, Big Shine, and a couple of other my Conrads that used to hang out with the guys that's from Rancho. So we all sat down one day on one of my brother's grass outside his mom's house, and we came up with the term Eastside Paru, which we brought all of each other together. We created that situation. All of us came together as one. And
Okay.
that's how Eastside Paru initially was created.
Okay. And what area of Rancho Cordova was this transpired?
It transpired in White Rock. Two of
Okay.
my older brothers, man, you know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what? It was four of them who stayed over there on the corner in an apartment. Once they stayed right across from each other. Two of my older brothers stayed on one side, and my other two older brothers straight across. You could look out one doorway and look right into the other doorway. You know what I mean? And we were sitting on their lawn outside their apartment when we made this happen, man. You know?
Okay. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just to clear the air on that, and this is from a day one, original day one. Rest in peace, Var. Rest in peace, Rob D. Rest in peace,
Absolutely.
Baby
Salute.
Vic. You know,
Salute. Salute, man.
straight
Already.
up. Uh, on your journey, because I know now, man. When I was talking to you the other day, and we was on Facetime, you showed me the books, and you was talking about what you was doing. I was like, man, whoa, this for you to transition your thought process and the way you think, um, the journey to get to that level, uh, within yourself. How did you not overcome it, but um, prosper? How did you change those thought processes like that, but do it so benevolently, but still stay yourself?
You know, it comes with maturity, man. You know what I mean? I was always told as a young person that when you in the game and you getting this money, man, to do something with the money, man. You know what I'm saying? There got to be a wall between you committing crimes and getting in trouble to you doing the right thing and prospering the right way. So it was never a curse, I don't believe, because this is what molded and shaped me and helped me to build my character of who I am today. You know what I'm saying? And what that did was give me the insight as I furthered my career in the game to know that there's going to be a time that I would have to stop the game. And that's the problem that brothers have today. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to cold turkey the game. And a lot of that has to do with maturity because when you're young in the game, it's not necessarily about the money. It's the excitement of the game. It's the
Yeah,
excitement of being on the corner. It's the
man.
excitement of being around the brawls. It's the excitement of
Yes,
seeing the
sir.
big homies with a loaf of money. It's the excitement of seeing these honeys and these pretty girls walking up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's the excitement of just being around the
Turning
block
donuts
and,
and
and,
cars
and, and
racing.
seeing. Right, and seeing all this in the game. That's what got a young brother's legitimate flowing. It's
I've watched
necessarily
you, not to cut you off, but as you were saying those things, I've watched you do these things. I
absolutely.
seen you race, turn donuts, flip cutlasses over, total them out, get out, jump into Chevelle, turn a figure eight, race. I seen you do all these things. It was something you
Absolutely.
told me. I was 15 years old, man. We was riding in your Chevelle. You said, uh, you was looking at I think now I probably have been about 16, about to be 17. But we was in Jabos, Air Max, you know what I mean? Like we looked at like players, you know what I mean? And we had pulled up on
Absolutely.
some certain individuals and they still had Dickies and Chucks on and shit. And they was like, man, look at these niggas, man. They look like Bay niggas. They look like New York type niggas, right? And you looked at them niggas and you said, man, if you don't change your mind, if you don't change with time, you don't change your mind, man. And that stuck with me to this day, man.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right, right. Now we all gotta evolve, man. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta evolve. You gotta keep up with the time, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust and you gotta recreate yourself, man, as time go on. If you don't, you'll be outdated and you'll be stuck in the past, man. And you know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing behind you but turmoil, man. You gotta look forward to the future, man. That's where you're gonna get your blessings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm 47
I'm
to
52.
52. We not kids by far. I mean, we survived like a deadly game. I mean, you could name it in these streets. You could name it. You know what I mean? The law enforcement attention, that is something that had been a part of us since we can remember. It was normal dealing with them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was like they knew us by first, last name. When they seen us, even if they knew we wasn't doing nothing, they still stopped. Even if they didn't get out and jack us, they still stood there for 3 minutes just to temperature check in their cars and ask us stuff and talk to us. And you know what I mean? Like they
Absolutely.
didn't just ride by us. You know what I
No.
mean?
No, because the law enforcement in every neighborhood, it's their neighborhood as well.
Yes.
That's why you got certain police officers that's assigned to certain neighborhoods. And during this assignment, you're going to have quite a few of them that stick to that same neighborhood until they retire.
Like
So
Jim
they know the
Cooper.
ends. Yeah, exactly. So they know the ins and outs. They know the back streets. They know the sideways, the alleys. They know these stores you hanging out at. They know each individual by name. They know each individual by their full government name, and they know each individual by their alias or monarch. You know what
And
I'm
they know
saying?
their families.
And they know your families. Definitely, absolutely.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So Tim, you got kids?
Oh man, I got 6 kids, man. You know what I'm saying? The game has blessed me with 6 beautiful kids, man. Two
Yes.
boys and 4 girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I had the chance to meet a few of them, and man, for sure, some of them I was there when they was little bitty babies. You know what I mean? So to
Absolutely,
so to
no
see
doubt.
so to see them old now, grown, doing their own thing. That's man make me feel like, you know, and
Right.
that's why when I got at you and said, let's do it. Let's just do. If we only do one little podcast, let's just do one to give it to them. You know what I mean? Because it's stuff like that, so they'll know the history. Like this ain't just something that was last night, overnight. You got two individuals in front of you right now, like I said, that survived it. I don't know how we still here. It's got to be a God for sure, for sure. I know it is. Um, he there because for this man right here, young Dre, to be sitting in front of y'all, uh, looking younger than filthy rich. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Man,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Healthy like that, man. That right there, it tell you a lot, man. It speak volumes um, about who you can be and what you can turn yourself into. And so when I say that, I say you got an individual that actually beat himself up in life. Not only did the system beat him up, he beat himself up. And he was strong enough to survive that and be sitting in front of y'all like this, completely healthy. And we all offered that. You just got to take advantage of that. And it don't come from how much exercise you do, how much you eat, none of that. It come from right here. That's your strongest muscle. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, stay focused on that. Dre, I got some more questions for you, man. I got some more questions for you.
Talk to me.
Some stuff I want to touch. Some stuff I know I can't touch. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, so I'm gonna touch it from an angle. See what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
But I know that you wasn't just Northern California local with this shit.
No, not at all.
Exactly. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I put that out there to let y'all know that this just ain't Northern California. This ain't just California. This ain't just might be Oregon or Phoenix or Nevada. This might not be just that. This shit's international. You feel me? Um, I got lucky a couple times to go international with them. So, man, I'm an international. I'm an international nigga, man.
Come on, man. Say that then.
Hey, we was international. We did it, man. And for somehow, man, the game made sure we had food in our bellies every night. Roof, whips, big chrome wheels, like all of that. So, um, this gentleman right here is international with this shit. So the game and the knowledge and the wisdom that you hear ain't just something he learned in Richmond. You know what I mean? And right now, I could tell that he ain't on his Richmond shit. He ain't on his Sac shit. You know what I mean? Like he ain't on his Fresno shit. Right now, he on like a international mentality, like more than international, like global. He's speaking globally. You feel me?
Absolutely.
The way he put the history out there. So I know you've been doing your business thing and been real business minded and focused on your business. Um, you settled down. Congratulations. Uh,
Absolutely. Good looking.
man, that's a hey, whoa, I thought I'd never see that. I think me and Clay talked about that, man. We was like, man, that's gonna be him forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, congratulations to hear you settled down and focused on that. Um, congratulations to her too for sticking it out with you. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt.
shout out your brother. I know he been holding down the business aspect as far as the companies that you helped sprout before you left. He held that down. And shout out to him, my guy Jody. You know what I mean. If you don't know Jody, you don't need to know Jody. You heard me.
Man, come on, man. Say that then.
Hey, man, Jody, the only nigga I know, you feel me, that was working at the Mickey D's, taxed him, and never got caught up.
That nigga a fool, ain't he?
That nigga
Play
went to
crazy.
work the next day, man. You know what I
Come
mean?
on. Come on,
McDonald's,
man.
this was 20 years ago, so fuck what y'all talking about right now.
30 years ago.
Yeah, man. He came out that motherfucker. Hey, we was like, boy, hey, you was like, oh boy, let me get out of here. The Jody had their whole bag for the day, man. Hey,
Absolutely.
but man, it's good to hear and good to see too as well that man he's still healthy, doing good, sharp minded, focused on something different. You know what I mean? A
Absolutely.
lot of this stuff that we might mention as far as little criminal activity, people is stuff we did, man, when we was young bucks. You know what I mean? Um, they wouldn't dare bother us over it right now. You know what I mean? So everybody did a little drug dealing, even them. You know what I mean?
Come
Um,
on.
so, man, what's your favorite kind of car, man? I know you had a lot of old schools, a lot of new cars, Lexuses and Benzes and Beamers and Chevelles and Cutlasses and Regals and shit and box Chevys. Man, what's your? You had some 50s and some IROCs, I remember. Um, what's your favorite kind of car, man?
Well, at this current time, man, I'm not really too fascinated with vehicles no more. I
Mm-hmm.
done outgrew them. I done had every car under the sun. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a foreign that I haven't had, and I don't think it's a muscle car that I haven't had. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
with that being said, I could do for anything on two wheels, man. That's gonna get me to from point A to point B, just so I can get to the paper, man. I'm still
Man,
paper chasing, man. You get what I'm saying?
man,
I'm
man,
still paper chasing, man. You know what I mean?
man. Okay, so let me ask you like this then. If you was gonna come through, because I know you got some whips right now. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna even speak on them. I know some shits. It got car covers on it, tucked away, wet. You know what I mean? Some new
Right,
shit.
right.
Some new shit, right? Because you only fell for a gun charge. You ain't fall for they ain't take nothing. You know what I mean? You was what you was
No,
working. You was legitimately doing your thing then. Um um how I'm gonna say it? If you had a choice to come through yanking and yoking right now, and you was in the mind frame of clowning at your all time high, what would you hit the corner in?
a candy painted 68 Chevelle.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Something clean, man. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Something to blow their mind with, man. Preferably a drop. You know
Okay.
what I mean? With that clean interior. You know what I
Okay.
mean? With some slap in it, man.
Okay.
Something that you don't pull out every day. You might only pull it out on a Christmas day, man.
Okay.
Something like that, man.
Man, where you wanna go? When you fully back, you know what I mean? Cause you back right now, you feel me? But when you fully back and they then took the chain and ball off, where you wanna go, what you wanna see, what you wanna do.
Oh man, yeah, I would like to go somewhere like Dubai. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind going to the Philippines, man. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah.
I wouldn't mind going somewhere like London, Greece. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Berlin.
Where
You
the
know what I
euro
mean?
dollar is. I want to go places to where the euro and the yen is at. I need to collect some of those too.
You hear me? You hear me, man? Experience
Mm-hmm.
some of these different cultures, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because inside these states, man, it ain't really. I done touched every state that you can see in the United States, man. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I done practically did everything under the sun in these areas that I done touched. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind to venture off into some of these other places outside of the United States, man, and to these
Yeah.
other countries. You know what I mean? Visit
Hey,
some of these other countries.
I got a young partner, man. He be going to Columbia. He from up out of Oakland, from Cypress Village, and he be going to Columbia, man. He was showing me the pictures. He was like, man, we was in San Quentin on reception. He was like, man, when I get out of here, MD, I'm gone. He said, because over there, and I've been looking at the internet and stuff, the condos and shit over there, dirt cheap. 15,000. I had you living like you Scarface. You hear me?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, man, and he over there like living like he got him a little crew over there. So what he do is when he touched down, all the little kids in the ghetto, because he check in the ghetto. So all the little kids, he get him $20. He be having like 50, 60 little kids walking around with him, full security, and they be having, you feel me? Like they treat him like I'm like, bro, I might need to reconsider my living conditions, man. You know what I mean? Say,
Right.
to us, that money that's a few dollars, but to them, that's, man, he gave us all $20. That's gonna last them the full week, maybe the month.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, so them other countries, I've been real big. My mind been real big on really going and really uh working though when I go. Because in my craft, they got stones and stuff in them other countries that's worth like $250,000. I get the
Right.
stone, I get the stone back. I can build with that stone, and at the same time, the price is sky high. Hey, this I got the stone. The stone alone is that I'm gonna build this fireplace with is gonna run you 50 G's. Period. If you want it, hey, this is where it came from. I got paperwork on it. This is how I got it. This government passed all of that. You know what I mean? And people with some class, they gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, let me get that stone. So
Right.
I do need to like start going into other countries and stuff and considering rocks and stones and blocks and bricks and stuff. The wild stuff, you know what I mean? Um,
Right.
Tell us a little
Absolutely.
bit about your business venture, man. I was like, man, shit, man, I need to get some money together, man, so I could put it behind Big Bruh and let him run with that. I need to see him run with this because it sounded like uh you finna be a billionaire next year.
Well, I got a couple little situations, man. We build you know what food trucks is, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we got the little food trucks, the trailers, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was
And
talking about when I said I was watching bro on the net and stuff. Hold that down while you was gone just now.
right. Well, so we got a office and building over there in Fresno
Mm-hmm.
with three bays, and this is where we put together these food trailers, man.
Okay.
From the framing to the irrigation to the plumbing, and you know
Okay.
noodle boarding, angles, all that type of stuff, and we
Yes,
build
sir.
it from the ground up. You know, we could build you grow trailers where you grow your marijuana and stuff.
Yes,
So
sir.
we do that, and we build them from ground up. Now these trailers can essentially cost you anywhere between 25,000 and 100,000, and they can get pretty pricey. They can get up into the $150,000 range. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we build those, and we sell approximately in between 20 and 30 of them a year. You know what I'm saying? And I also have a catering company as well as a food trailer that I have myself that I own that I take out and I sell food on it and I cater to different events with the trailer. And
Okay.
then I got a bounce house and party supply company. And then I also breed exotic dogs, the cane corsos, the double XL bullies, the micro
American,
bullies,
All American Bulldogs. What?
LLC.
The
All American Exotic Bulldogs LLC.
Instagram.
And yep, that's it. So we got the Frenchies, the Fluffies, the Englishes. You know what I'm saying? All the exotic dogs, man. You know what I mean? So we breed them too, and that's
Okay.
what I've been doing before. You know, before this unfortunate situation occurred. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, you know what, man? Just clicked in my mind, man. Cause y'all, we freestyling this interview, man. It was the only way to do it for it to be the realest interview ever to grace the internet, the television, or whatever y'all talking about. You heard me.
Ain't nothing
Um,
staged. Ain't nothing staged about it, man.
hey,
Believe.
uh,
And you see, I'm inside this facility, man. Just so you would know, I'm in this facility, man. You know what I mean? This is where I'm at, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Man,
Yes, sir. For sure.
dealing with it right now, man, standing tall through it all. You heard me?
Absolutely.
Uh uh Back in the day, I remember, man, when I was a teenager, man, used to have us out there, man, Will a grown man now, but then little Will was like 10 years old, man, on the boards. We used to be out there with Brainy, Lil Rick, Ephraim Galloway, recording music. You was real big in the music game, man. And right now the music scene is real big, and I know with a mind like yours, you could do a lot in the music game right now, especially with these youngsters. Um, and right now the era is really what's hot is girl rap. So man, I could see your promotion skills and you playing that lane as being like one of the top managers, CEOs of a record company. You know what I mean? Uh, Putting the girl rap together with the boy rap and then syncing it and making it sound different than what it sound today. You know what I mean? I could see you creating a lane in that. Um, but you was in the music game, man. You had artists like Puerto Rican Jess. Uh, you had 86. Um, you had me. You had Clay Rock. You had Potts. Um, who else did y'all have, man? You had Danica, her brother Will, um, Sharifa, Var, rest in peace, Slow Flow, and Rico. Even though they had like their own little music lane thing, somehow it synced in with that East Side Productions. Let the people know because right now, man, they think like today's rap are coming out of Rancho Cordova, California, which is East Sacramento, uh, started where it's at today. Man, let them know the history of East Sacramento music and how we got songs that never came out with heavy hitters in the rap game. Um, how Eastside Productions birthed labels like Straight Lace Records with Junebug and Marv D. Um, how Eastside Productions influenced and motivated the owner of Cheesy Records, which is Cheesy, Chucky Kirkpatrick. Um, because there's some cheesies and there's some chucks. So you gotta say it to you know what I mean. How it influenced labels like that and people that's in the music game. And one of the reasons I even rap is because I was freestyling one day in your car. We riding, and you said, "Nigga, you need to start writing that shit." And when I started writing it, I actually started saying to myself, "Damn, that's kind of dope. I need to really start being serious about it." And so when I make raps, like it's hard for me just to freestyle like in the open anymore because I need headphones on with an actual studio beat coming through the headphones and actually recording, and I need to actually write the song down for me to accept the song. Um, and that came, you told me that. You said, man, you need to start writing. I've been writing ever since. I was like 14 years old. Um, Let us know how you was ever influenced by the game of music, um, because from what I remember, you used to be there picking beats, making sure shit sounded this way, making sure the beat dropped when it dropped. You used to be there saying, I don't like that line. I don't think you should rap about that. I think you should rap a little bit more about this. Um, Danica, this is the line I want you to sing. I remember you used to be writing. You used to even be on nigga songs, talking at the end of the song or beginning of the song or on a breakdown in a song. But I never really remember you ever recording the actual verse or like rapping on it or doing that. But to be so heavy into the music like that, still your presence to be right there. What influenced you to push individuals around you and to see their talent and to call things and be about that music shit? And why you don't do it no more? Put all
Well,
of that together.
well, the music game back then, as we all know, is changed drastically.
Uh
You know
huh.
what I'm saying? And in some aspects, it changed for the better. In some aspects, it changed for the worse.
Yes, sir.
Well, back in them days, they used to record on reels.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? These days, everything is digital. So,
Yep.
with that being said, it took away the authenticity of the game. So now you got rappers doing punch ins. They don't have to be real rappers. They punching in lines. You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? Well, back then, the rappers had to write verses and they had to flow through verses because you couldn't do punch ins at this time. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the creativity of the artist has went down. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to how it used to be back in the days. Now
Hey,
the
Dre, not to cut you
yeah,
off. I'm going to walk like 2 seconds. Keep going
okay.
because you ain't talking to me, man. You talking to the people. You feel me?
It's all good. It's all
Go.
good. So to make a long story short, I come from a long line of musical magicians. My pops was he worked for Motown under Berry Gordy, and me being around pops has really attracted me to the game of the music, being involved with the music game. So I took that at a young age, and I gravitated to it as I got older. So once I got enough money to put together my own label, or should I say, me and my brothers created a label called Esa Productions. Me and two of my brothers, Damon and Dion, are twins, up out of the East too. So we put together Esa Productions. We had about 7 to 8 artists, and we used to take these guys into the studio, pay for the studio time, help the engineers do their job, help them write, you know what I'm saying, and orchestrate the whole ordeal. Well, back then we didn't have the technology we have today as far as the computer technology, as far as marketing and publishing and putting it out that way as they do have today. Back then it was a little harder, so it took a little bit more time. You had to be a little bit more strategic. You had to find your market. You know what I'm saying? People had to go through ASCAP or BMI for copyrights. These days everything is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So it's a
Yes,
little
sir.
easier in that aspect. You know what I mean? But it was hard for us because we invested a lot of money, but at the same time still being involved with the game. And when you're doing something like that, it just don't mix because when the head fall, the whole organization fall. You dig what I'm saying? And that happens to a lot of labels. They just don't put it out there like that. You feel me? But yeah, the East Side Productions was the first label on the east side of Rancho that ever came out.
Yes, sir. Uh, y'all had a couple songs, man. I love to death. Excuse me. Uh, 86 say, squatting down West Aloma saw Mackie. That bomb had me begging me, please get me up out this baggie. He was something like, you know what I mean? Man,
Yeah.
all the beats was dope, man. As I'm remembering, Tone Capone, Sambostic on the beats,
Studio Tone, Tone Capone, and Studio Tone,
uh,
both of them.
Ephraim Galloway, Lil Will,
Yep.
Lil Rick made some beats.
All them dudes up out of the Bay. Yep,
Uh,
exactly.
tell us, man, about that Rich Town. But, hey, man, y'all speaking to man, Mr. Rich Town. Okay, he did his gang banging thing in Sac, one of the originals from my hood. You feel me? He was a little bitty nigga when they did that, but coming from the rich, already grown minded and independent. You know what I mean? Already with a bunch of game. Um, Let us know, man. Your relationships with Little Rick, Brainy, Ephraim Galloway, Tone Capone, because back then we didn't have no line to these people. Nobody, I don't even think nobody in Sacramento really, but like Sebo and them um, had this direct line to these certain individuals because these was people that was making beats for Spice One, E40, um,
Ray Love,
Ray Love,
Sally,
Tupac,
Sally Sale, Tupac.
RBL. You know what I mean? It was like, and at that
Absolutely.
time, these was the top guys in the rap game to me. You know what I mean? Um,
Absolutely.
I didn't think nobody else was doper than the names I just named, Seagram and Coog Nut. You know what I mean? The list just goes on. Rest in peace to Mac from the Crest. Mac Dre. You know what I mean? They know the new Mac Dre, man. We listen to the old Mac Dre. You heard me?
Man, that was my brother, man.
Hey,
Absolutely.
you heard me? So, um, what was your connection to this? Because you was the only one that had this direct line, and then Cheesy ended up with this direct line to these individuals.
Well, he got the line through me.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was trying to see because I didn't know. You know what I mean? Because I never really. But right now, while I'm talking to you, like I said, we freestyling this. It's coming to me. You know what I mean? I'm like, because this nigga sitting in front of us was the only nigga at the time that had this line to famous niggas that our city drove around and listened to. How did that all come about, man? Growing up and being a part of the Bay Area culture and being in Richmond, surviving all the gun violence, uh, and all of that, and knowing these individuals and meeting these individuals and involving yourself in these with these individuals, being so young because I don't think you was even what 20, 21, 19,
Probably
18.
somewhere around there, but the relationship occurred way before I was an adult. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the
Okay.
Bay Area, coming from Richmond, California, man. You know what I mean? Out them trenches, I had already established a relationship with people like Master P, Mia
I,
X.
I
You know what
remember.
I'm saying? C Murder, Silk the Shocker. You know what I mean? They came from the Kennedy Manor Projects, man, when they moved down here from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And my brother, my nigga D Boy, you know, he was on his feet at the time. He had a few dollars,
I
and he
remember
took
D
in my
Boy.
two comrades, my nigga Lil Rick, my nigga Grope, Mr. Brainy. You know what I'm saying? And that was his artist. And me being tied in with D-Boy, I had access to E40. I had access to Mac Dre. I had access to Sally Sale. You know, I had access to all these different producers in the industry like Studio Tone, Tone Capone, Ephraim Galloway. My relationship with them came by way of my relationship with my fellow comrades out of my neighborhood in Richmond, California. You dig what I'm saying? So by the time I got to Sacramento, it just boosted me up because at that time the drug trade was so heavy and Sacramento not really being up on that era of drugs. I had access to whatever they needed in Sac. So I would go down and meet with certain individuals and you know, and I would come back to Sacramento and I would do my thing in that fashion. And as I grew older, watching my brothers going in and out the studio lab in the Bay Area, I just took it upon myself to say, hey man, we got all these ties and all these connections, man. We need to do something similar to that out here in Sac. You know what I'm saying? And that's how them doors open. I started getting phone numbers, talking to these people, and pulling up, and going to the studios and hanging out, and that's how everything evolved, man. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That Bay Area, man, that's a cold place to survive, man. That's a cold place to survive.
Come on, man. You know how it go.
Um,
It's a blessing to be here today, man. Coming up out that trench, man. And them was some vicious trenches back then. You did.
have you ever been shot or shot at?
I've been poked up a few times. I've been shot in my leg once. I've been stabbed 3 or 4 times. I done had my nose broke. I done been jumped on several times. I done been in prison riots, YA riots, and gang of mutual combats. You know what I'm saying? I used to have to walk around with it on me every day, being the figure that I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I've been through it, man. You know what I mean? If had I not made the moves I made in the course of my life, I probably wouldn't be here today. But I was able to get up out of the rich. I was able to get up out of Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? I was able to bust moves to where I had to get up out these areas because, just like a goldfish, man, a goldfish is going to only grow as big as the tank that it's in. If you keep a goldfish in a little bowl, it ain't going to grow but big as what's inside is this habitat. You see what I'm saying? And I consider myself a shark, man. You know what I mean? I had to swim with the big fish and the whales out there, man.
Hey,
The city
man,
wasn't big enough for
hold
me.
on, man. It sounds like it's a little ism in there, man. Was it a little ism in there somewhere?
Oh man, it's always with some ism, man, from the roots, man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It was always some ism from the bottom of the barrel, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I just had to spread my wings a little bit, man, and move around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. Man, what cities and places have you touched down and you liked it the most in America?
Oh man, I can't take nothing away from Cali, man. I love California, man. That's where I was groomed at, man. So I started out in California, you know what I'm saying, from the top to the bottom, all the way down to San Diego, all the way back up towards Ready. You get what I'm saying? And everything in between. And then, I done touched Georgia. I done touched Louisiana. I done touched all of Oregon. I had a house out in Akron, Ohio. I done touched Cleveland, Cincinnati, Canton. You know what I mean? All over the globe, man. I done been down to Florida. You know what I'm saying? Miami, Pensacola, Osceola, Tallahassee, St. Petersburg, Kissimmee, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Out of Alabama, Birmingham, you know what I'm saying? Jackson, Mississippi. Man, I done been all over the country, man. Kansas City, Topeka, Junction City, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas. All over Michigan, Muskegon, Grand Rapids, Detroit. I done been all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I done touched all 50 states, man. And I done just about everything and everywhere that I've touched. You know what I mean? From moving around with the young ladies, you know what I mean, to moving around with that sack, man. I done did it all, Jack. You did?
Mm-hmm. Man. Now that right there, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm telling you, you know what, man? You're gonna make me start doing interviews. Hey, we need some people to merge in on this here. You know what I mean? Because this right here is y'all got individuals in front of y'all. I could build you a house right now. Give me 150 grand right now. I'll build you a mini mansion.
Absolutely.
He gonna take care of the business end. You gonna be good. Everything gonna be good. You're gonna have a nice, big, pretty house when we finish.
Say, MD, man, we pulling up on about an hour, man. This is a nice, decent, lengthy interview, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
they get something up out of it.
Hey, man, to tell you the truth, I got so many more questions. I was thinking, even when this one in, we could go a couple on this one. double back down, part to it, give them some more because I know you got a lifetime of something to tell them, and from cognitive experience. You know what I
Come
mean?
on, man. Come on, man. Let's write the book, man. Come on now.
And
Hello.
and this the way to do it. You know what I mean? Until you actually physically, you know what I mean? Bam, build your platform, and because this really ain't my lane. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm a old guy. I still be trying to rap.
Look at you. Look at you, man.
You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, look, bro is the perfect person to be on here, letting these people know what time it is. It's the
Come on,
perfect
man.
person. This right here is your lane. You know what I mean? That's why I got the setup like this. You know what I mean? Like we in the same room, and I'm asking the questions, but at the same time, it's just an introduction to people on who you is, and it ain't no introduction more raw than one that's as real as this one. You coming straight from the motherfucking halfway joint out there in the Skull Town. You heard me? Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, let
Speak
them
on
know
it.
what time it is. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't care who they say they is and who they thought they was from these streets and this and that and this and who they say they know and who they don't know and all of this. This shit is real life. You hear me?
Come on, man. Speak on it, man.
You can Google this shit. It's gonna pop up. Then people gonna tell you who certain niggas from California is. For sure, for
Absolutely.
sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Come on,
You ain't
man.
gotta ask. You could call down there to the sheriff department. They gonna be like, hey, look, hold on. Don't play with that. Don't play with that. Just
Say,
keep it
man. Come
cool.
on.
You
Come
feel
on,
me?
man.
Just
That's the
keep it
problem.
cool.
That's the problem with our youth today, man. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't do their study, man. You know what I mean? Just like Harriet Tubman said in the back of that bus, man. You got a history that you must follow if you plant your seed on that soil. You got to know what the ground is like before you till the ground, man. Once you plant the seed, man, you need to know your
Yeah.
history, man. And if you don't know your history, you need to dig around and try to come up with something to where it'll help you understand your history, man. And that's the problem with these youth. They don't know their history, bro.
But the
You
cool
feel me?
thing about it is, it's crazy because kids, it's 16 and 17-year olds right now waiting around for Christmas gifts from their parents. And I remember when being 15, 14, 16, we wasn't waiting around. We was driving around in the cars, sipping yaks with blue steel 357s, sipping yak, blowing tree with blue steel 357s and shit on us.
With 100,000 on us.
Man,
Don't
hey,
leave that out. With them,
with
we didn't even have blue faces, man. We had the small face Benjis. You get what I'm saying?
man,
With,
I remember
before
having
the strip.
I remember you had so many spots over there off Mac Road and through Laguna and Elk Grove. It was clothes all over through there. We used to just go there, take showers, and change clothes, and never see the clothes we took off again in life.
Come
It's
on,
shit
man.
that I
Stop
done took
playing. You
off in
know it.
some of your spots I never seen again in life. Dope shit too. You
You
had
know what I'm saying?
wardrobes. We used to just pull up, bull, and she'd just be like, "How's your music producing going, baby? You feel me?" Hey, I'll be like, "This nigga."
Come on, man. You know it, man. You know it, man.
Yeah,
Niggas was really having a bag way back then. You know what I
man.
mean?
To tell you the truth, man, we come up out the east, but really, like, when I say like the east, like I be like speaking like the whole Sacramento because even though we had funk in the streets and shit, we ain't care. Man, if it was in the South, the Heights, Oak Park, Highlands, no matter what, them niggas gonna tell you like, man, them East niggas still gonna drive up and act like it's cool.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Say it.
and if they with that
Say
nigga
that.
Dre, he gonna try to sell something and let you know that's not what type of time we on right now. And they gonna have big thing on them, and there ain't no choice but to be smooth because them niggas ain't on that.
Come on, man. Stop playing. You know it.
Hey, I
You speaking the truth.
I always noticed us to just be more aggressive on some self defense type shit. Like we didn't need guns because we all was fist fighters. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
Like y'all niggas made sure we fist fighted. You know what I mean? Like the
right.
time the Village and the Rock got into it, what y'all niggas with Reg, Shaft, you, the twins, everybody got all the young niggas together that was tripping from the Rock and the Village and had them go to the park and fight.
And squabble it out.
No guns involved.
But see, that's what we missing today, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. When you don't know your roots, then these occurrences don't take place. But when you know your roots, then you have these things happen because you're trying to mend situations. And without that, things get deeper and deeper and deeper. Then you have casualties who really there shouldn't be casualties, man. These dudes is all brothers, and they just don't know it, bro. They really just don't know it, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, they
I
was
mean,
brothers. The cool thing about it is they was brothers before the casualties and all of that. You know what I mean? Somehow, somewhere in there, a bad worm wiggled through there and split them up.
well, they just don't know, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these old heads that's still around. They not giving it to them the way they supposed to get it, man. And they don't respect a lot of these old heads that's around them, so they not gonna listen to them because nigga, we don't respect you. You know what I mean? You gotta know how to. You gotta. Man, the only way the youth is respect you, man, is when you're not around them every day, all day long, where they can test you and play with you. When you seclude yourself and you come back in due time, and that's how you keep them together, they respect that. But when you're around them every single day, they're going to be bound to test you, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, Dre. Not to cut you off though. At the same time, it's a little bit more to it than that, too, because you got these young niggas, right? Say the young nigga, he snorted some powder, popped 3 pills, smoked 10 cigarettes, 5 blunts, 2 bottles of yak. Nigga, he
Okay, let
on
me ask you this.
monster time. He got a
Half the time,
Draco on him.
watch what I'm finna tell you, though. Half the time, where you think he getting it from?
True, true. Hey,
You
and
see
that's
what I'm
you got to
saying?
stop the source, huh?
See what I'm saying? So if I'm the nigga with all this drugs and I'm the big homie and I'm giving it to him, don't you think that I'm entitled to give him the good information and knowledge about what's going on in his surroundings with his homies? You see what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas go to the big homies to get the powder. They go to the big homies to get the pills. You see what I'm saying? But these same big homies ain't giving these niggas the knowledge and the wisdom on how they need to function through these streets, man. They poisoning them instead of building them. You get what I'm saying?
Because they mad at certain people.
Or they just don't have the respect as an older homie to be the one that's gonna deliver the information to these guys. These guys not gonna listen. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, I had an older dude tell me he didn't like a crew of young niggas because they was humping his baby mama. I said, boy, you need. I don't know what you know about this game, but um, that's
That older
something you
that
need
that
to get.
that wasn't an older homie. That was a bum somewhere around the neighborhood that was associated with the older homies. He didn't have no respect. He didn't have the reputation. He didn't have the know-how. He didn't have what it take to be a leader inside that pack, man.
Yeah,
Because my little homies never tested me like that, took me to the limit to where I felt that way about them ever in life.
man. I tell you the truth. Hey, we ain't never even thought. We might be like, man, she bad. Whoop, this, and this when we was kids, but we ain't never thought about getting at one of the big sisters or crossing you with the big sis or none of that. Like
I
I
mean, cause
told you, you feel me? You was like, man, when you was playing the other day, you was like, man, I think you niggas might have got me before. I was like, hell no, nigga, you feel me?
come on, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Like you was one of the reasons why we was, you feel me? Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. It's a few homies, you know what I mean, I get at too, because it's not that I heard about the action. I seen them in action multiple times. I know what they capable of.
Hey, MD, and no mean to cut you off, man, but they finna do the little count thing around here, Jack.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna have to pick up, man. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you got some more time on your hands, man,
Yes,
we can
sir.
finish. We can finish this off. You did.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I want to say it was a good interview, man. Um, it's there. It's gonna get shared, man. And thank you for your knowledge. And if there's anything you want to say to the people that before we clock out and sign out, before we put together this part two, maybe tomorrow or in a day or two, um, let them know right now, man.
Man, I'm just gonna end it with that, man. Be loyal to the soil. You know what I'm saying? And stay firm on what you believe and stand on, man. Honor and dignity before anything else. Don't be bought, man. Don't sell your soul for a jelly roll, man. Don't put a price on your life, man. You dig?
Yes, sir. On that note, man, next time,
100.
100.